So it's September 2020. During this weekend our deadline is to ship the first song of the new upcoming album to mixing. We're still recording the vocals at the very moment. All the lead vocals, backing vocals, they are still to be edited and tweaked to the final form, and a couple of small tweaks still to synths. Basically, guitars are done, last editings and checking throughs are to be done, and at the moment Asim is laying down his last tracks for this first song, Under the Veil of the Sea, in the studio space he is using these days. There's still also a couple of synth tweaks to be done. Basically, this weekend, first song of the new album is supposed to be done, completely done. All the layers that are needed need to be shipped tomorrow to the mixing. And I'm basically here in Espoo, kind of like overseeing the process and putting it all together, making sure we have everything recorded and everything works. And then I just compile everything and ship them tomorrow. This is still a test mix of this song, but after this shipping, this song should be done. We have still 4 more songs to finish by the end of this month, beginning of October. That's our goal. Again, on this album we have our go-to session synth players Jussi Kuloma in Tampere and Jari Pailamo here in Helsinki area to do the synth tracks in addition to our synths what we have prepared, to have kind of like fully combined and like a produced version for the songs. So that's at the moment the situation. I hope we are getting everything done and we are able to move on to the next songs after this one and starting to see how the songs are starting to sound like and how is the mixing starting to sound like.
That's it, boy. Look at that. Look at that.
You can't see shit here, it's so dark here. Where's the content unit? Needs to be accessed
Look at that.
later. Needs to be accessed later.
Right here. Yes. Under the Veil of the Sea. That was short. We have buried our lives. Jengi.
Vittu jengi. Jengi!
Jengi. Yankee. Do the Yankee. We have buried our lives. Yes. It's called part of editing, you know. It's all fucking beneficial to know how to edit things, yeah? Yeah. 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 Beneficial, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
recording album chat with fucking buried going on.
Thousand Century Storm.
We should be getting promotions for Bon Aqua as well. Herma.
Hermit.
Promotions.
So what was the next one? It's leading back to us all. It's leading back to us all. Hey. How's it going? Ah! Lähdevesi.
This hole is great. It's gonna be fucking. It's gonna be fucking grand.
That's
fucking
that's
grand.
the way it's done.
That's
So it's
fucking
on to
grand,
be
man.
Right there.
That's a fucking grand.
Look at that. Ready to shoot. That's ready.
Most important.
Shoot. Spawn ready now.
Under the Veil of the Sea.
So we chose 5 songs to record for this album. We had some maybe 10 candidates and chose to record 5 of them, starting from I think beginning of 2020. We had this goal to record everything right away during that time, and some of us were able to follow basically this strict timeline to somewhat at least, and by the summer of 2020 we had everything else recorded except the vocals and then and some of the solos, and also we missed the basses because Jukka, our previous bass player, left the band, and it took a while to find a replacement for it. And then we found a new bass player, Asim's other bandmate bassist, Jaakko, got interested to play with us, and we gave him a go. And he's basically a veteran bass player, been drowned in many projects.
It started as a bass consulting gig, so I think Asim contacted me that whether I'm interested in playing the bass for this album. I knew that some of the tracks were more or less finished at that point, but it would be better that the one man that does all the tracks. So it started as I said, as a bass consulting gig, but the guys asked me to join the band, and I was like, why not? All right, good, cool guys.
It was pretty fast and smooth. The songs were kind of ready, and they were, I think, to somewhat demos of all the basses. I think at least mostly. And he would basically just follow the guidelines to somewhat, but of course put his touch to them as well. Went through them, and I think within a month he had all the basses recorded basically.
The recording of this album was started out as a pretty standard bass consulting gig. We transferred ideas via email, and then we had some sessions and some discussions with Jarkko about what he wanted, and then I delivered my part and edited those together and delivered the tracks. That was basically how it went.
I think it went pretty smoothly because I recorded my guitars in my home studio. But of course there was some issues, some not so easy parts took some time to learn them. I was recording my guitars by myself at my home studio. Only difference was that I didn't record Antti's guitars this time. I didn't record bass guitars this time.
The difference was that I was living in Lapland by the time we got to the recording parts. So the earlier ones, I used to go to Jarkko or Kalle's place to record, but this time it was just me in my small room in Lapland, Rovaniemi. And I think that you can actually hear the like Laplandish feelings in my solos and leads.
So previous record was, as particularly was that we did everything here in our studio, in Damnation Plan studio particularly. And the recording process was slightly different because in the beginning, I recorded things at my previous studio place. And that's where we recorded The Whale of the Sea. And then later on turned out to be that I wanted to have everything done in one place. So, which apparently didn't happen because I did record some backing vocals in Saudi Arabia and then wanted to do some backing vocals in Pakistan as well. But like things changed and all that kind of stuff. So things started to vary a lot. But then later on, we did everything in my studio, at least at one place, so that the lead vocals and the doubles, the triples, or the quads, or how many ever tracks that we wanted to do, we just did it in one place. Meanwhile, we did one time that I took this one cabin place in the middle of kind of nowhere, and then I was left there by Jarkko for 2 weeks. No, for 1 week at least. 4 or 5 days, yeah, something like that. So this record has had like everywhere, basically, I can think of. I've written lyrics on the airplane going to USA. I've written lyrics and ideas when I'm going to Germany, like Saudi Arabia, and then Pakistan as well. So it's this record has seen the world before it's released. So this has more characteristics to the point that I had been around the world and seen this album traveling with me and then trying to get things done. And of course it took me a long, this is definitely the album that has taken me ever the longest time to do.